The Kingpin's KidRadio.com.
Make one sensible resolution and say to yourself, I will do my utmost to have consideration for others, to exercise unselfishness, to radiate happiness, and most of all, conquer worrying over things you cannot possibly remedy. Ring out the old and ring in the new. The year is going to let you go. Ring out the false and ring in the true. May today be the key that unlock many happy moments for the coming year. Words to strive by using the power of change to transform yourself. Tell yourself that you pledge yourself to these things. You pledge to embrace change because you know that without it, you cannot grow to your full potential. You pledge to learn from change that I've already gone through and use that knowledge to improve yourself daily. You pledge to see strangers through a different set of eyes, putting fear, guilt, and worry aside when life takes an unexpected turn. You pledge to be positive, opening yourself to other new possibilities and opportunities that you are about to do. Face difficult change by channeling positive energy toward the future rather than languish in negative thoughts of the past. You pledge to develop a plan that allows you to take control of your life and make positive change to your life that you love. Letting go of negative thoughts still living in the past and move on with your life. Interrupt them. When you start thinking negative thoughts, tell yourself you're not going to revisit a past event. Remind yourself it is fruitless to relive the past. Focus on the present. When regret enters your mind, break your thought pattern by focus on the current vision for your life. Today and tomorrow can be very different from yesterday if you can let go of yesterday and focus on today. There's a ripple effect in all that we do. What you do touches you. What you do touches others.
Yeah, this is Lewis at the Kingpin's Kid Radio. I just wanted to get some words of wisdom from the Kingpin himself, Courtney R Brown Sr. One of my first questions is, in your dealings, what was it like dealing with the police, and what did you learn from it?
Well, first of all, you got to learn they are the police. But first, you got to learn they are a person first. You're going to find assholes and you're going to find those. But you'll find a lot of them going to treat you equally. Whether you're doing what we call doing wrong or doing right. And I'll never forget, it was two words of wisdom that two polices, one saved me from doing 20 years, and the other one gave me the guidance, if I'm going to be in the streets, how to behave and how to act to get away and pass by what he called the bullshit. First one was, he said, look at here, we know what y'all doing. But the fact is, you never make it personal. If they stop you, you know you clean. Let them do their work for 5 minutes, and then you go on about your business. You got the rest of your life. But if you give them, talk back to them, talk crazy, all they can do is make it inconvenient. Yeah, you may beat them in court, but why take yourself for all that when silent is golden? Secondly, when police tried to frame me, and these were white police, and there was another white police from the state police post, was going to give me a polygraph test because I told them that the police was lying on me. And that's when I say that to say this, color has nothing to do with it. You have to deal with a person's character. But anyway, he was willing to testify in court, which he did, that these other two white police outright lied on me, which got me a reversal and threw it out of court. So when you're dealing with pain, you got to deal with people as a person and not color of skin. And you can go a long way.
Okay, and speaking of which, you had dealings with the Italians, the Gambino crime family?
Yeah.
And what was it like dealing with them, and what things did you learn dealing with the Gambino crime family?
You got to be a man of character. Your word means everything. All the money in the world, it doesn't matter to certain peoples. You have to understand that it's a business. And you take care of them, they're going to take care of you. And they stress 3 important things. One is time. If you say 11 o'clock, that's what it is. And if they say this or that, whatever it might be, that's what it's going to be. And if you truly in the game, and they truly trust you, like they did with Eddie and myself, then the world is yours. And we had 2 or 3 mishaps, and each time they came to our rescue, without no question, no ifs, ands, and no buts. So like my mother and my grandfather used to tell me, your word is your bond, and that's what we got to understand and appreciate. Your word is your bond, and that word can take you way farther than all the money in the world. I also like to remind and remember this, what the mob told us when we were dealing in life, in any kind of business. They say, remember this, you only can beat a person one time. But if your word is good, you can get many favors. And that's what we fail, this younger generation fail to understand. We sell ourselves so cheap, we run off with a little bit when we could get a whole lot.
There you go. And with that, there's been a huge change in crime in general since you were in the game. What changes do you see? And from anybody doing it now, what words would you have for them at this point?
First, there's no teachers out there. All students. First, you got to have a teacher. I don't care what game it is and what you're doing. You got to have somebody to instruct you. Without that guidance, wisdom, and experience, you can't go nowhere. That's why all the chaos is now. You got, as the elders would say, you got kids leading kids. And it don't work like that. That's why we have to go through stages in life. That's why you get 5 years old, you go to kindergarten. When you get 10 years old, you go to junior high. When you get 15, you go to high school. And after that, you go to college. Everything is a step. And when you miss the step, or whatever step it is, you're doomed to fail. 99% of the time. There's always exception to the rule.
Yeah.
And young don't think that is a game. It is a game to a point. But what kind of game, you got to know the rules. And they do not know the rules. You can't make the rules up as you go. You got to already have a set, like in cars, according to Hall. I mean, these rules are already set down. And therefore, you follow them, you got a good chance of succeeding. But if you go there with your eyes closed and think that you can do it blindly, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
And there you have it. This week's notes from the professor. You can hit us up at BigBossFilmworks.com or either of our Facebook fan pages, Kingpin's Kid Radio, or Big Boss Filmworks with your comments. And actually, if you like, chime in with some questions for the professor. He'll answer them on the next recording. And until then, you guys take care, and I will be catching up with you with Courtney Brown Jr. on the Kingpin's Kid Radio program Wednesday. Thank you.